I'm going to show you how I would model a stethoscope like this in Blender 2.79, but hopefully it would work in 2.8. I'm going to select everything here and delete it and hit 7 and 5 to look from top view. So you'll need that image. I'll provide a link for that. I'm going to hit N and we're going to come over here under background image. I'm going to click add image for axis. I'm going to choose top to look from the top down. Open that image. All right, so there it is, but it's not the orientation that I want it in. So I'm going to flip this vertically and I'm going to change this to 0.96. So the 3D cursor is pretty much in the middle. And I'm just going to start moving it down until it's pretty much central. And to close that. That's it. So our background image is set up. All right. So with that there, I'm going to go Shift A, Mesh, Circle. I'm going to use 22 vertices. I'm going to pull it up so that it's like the bones of the inside of the stethoscope. Border select or box select all of these. Like that. So I've got 1, 2, 3 going in on either side. Okay, I'm going to select these and go E to extrude, pull them up, and scale on the X. Like that. Select that one, E to extrude, and pull it down like that. Then add modifier, skin. And I'm just going to apply this. All right. Happen to be in wireframe. All right, so we'll come back out. We have a look at this. Let's see if I can dissolve those edges in there. It's pretty good. Okay. Now I'm going to add modifier subdivision surface. I'll start with 2, smooth. And right off the bat, we can delete this face and this face. Okay, now what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to make this part into the tube. So I'm going to select that. I want one more section, so I'm going to go E to extrude. I'm just going to pull down a little ways, just like that. Okay, and I'm going to Control plus, and I want to take all of that, and I'm going to array that section. So I'm going to go P, break it out. All right, so there it is. Set the origin to geometry on that guy. Let's go back in and select this face, X, faces. I'm going to hide this. So it's an open sort of tube. I'm going to turn off that for now. Okay, we're going to array this now in the Y direction, make a number of segments. So I'm just going to minimize that, add modifier array. In the Y, I'm going to want 1, actually -1 in this case, and 0 for the X. I'm going to turn on merge, and I'm just going to increase my count a bunch. Like that. Okay. Now the next thing I'm going to be doing is, I think I will hide, I'm going to bring that back. I'm actually going to hide this, and I'm going to come back here. And I'm going to select this edge and Shift S, cursor is selected. All right, so that my 3D cursor is right there. I'm going to bring in a curve. I'm going to trace this out. Shift A, curve path. I'm going to rotate the Z90, and I'm going to edit mode and select it and just bring it down so that my first vertex is roughly in there. All right, now it's time to just hit G and start making this roughly follow the curve. Okay, I tend to use path rather than Bezier. I'm going to select that last vertex and go E to extrude and G and pull out, E and G, and just keep adding points like this, E and G. And then I can come back in, press G, and just move them until I get a relatively nice curve. It doesn't have to follow it exact. E and G, E and G. And that might be all I need. We'll see. It's usually nice at the end to have one more, though, to sort of just straighten it out. Let's just have a look at that. You know, that could work, right? Okay, so That's my curve. It's the only curve I've got here in my scene. It's a NURBS path. Okay, let's Alt-H and unhide that other stuff. So we have this right here. And on this we have the subdivision surface. I'm going to put that back on. Of 2. I might be bringing that up to 3, by the way. And we have the array. Here, I'll pull that out so you can see. Subsurf and array. Choose curve. Now I'm going to start pulling this until I find the one, which is the Y, of course. All right, now if my transform tool is up there, I can just set the origin of geometry and go again. Okay, set the origin to 3D cursor. All right, so I've got that so far. All right, I'm going to pull this back in a bit. Back into the array, increase the count. To there. That's going to be pretty good. I think I'll just go to there. All right, now I'm just going to pull this up a little bit, and we're going to make this join in a moment. So once you're happy with that, I'm not going to apply the subdivision surface. I'm going to apply the array. Click. And I'm going to apply the curve, and it's done. Okay. Now, these should be pretty much lined up. So I think what I'll do is we'll take this guy, pull it up a little bit more, and we can use snapping. Snap to edge. Maybe we'll go in here. We could try this GY. That might be a bit better way to have done that. Okay, I'm going to take that anyhow, and I'm going to join it. And I'll come in edit mode and W, remove doubles just in case something didn't go up. Now I can switch this to 3 if I want. And I've got the basics of my stethoscope. Okay. So now I'm going to come back over here and I'm going to take these, and it's not exactly what I see in the diagram, but that's okay. I'm going to select both of those. And I'm going to go into individual origins. I'm going to hit E and let's turn off snapping. S, okay, E and S, scale them in a bit like that. I'm bringing an edge loop up here. I'm bringing an edge loop up there. All right, so it starts to look like a little bit of a closed tube thing. Okay, let's go back in the median point, and I'm going to select this inner ring here. Shift S, cursor selected, and go back to top view. And I'm going to bring in my curve path again. I'm going to rotate in the Z. I'm just going to do this by eye this time and sort of follow the contour of the curve. G, I'm going to bring it up. All right, so it's not going to be necessarily exactly perfect, but it's okay. I'm just pressing G, and we're just going to sort of try to trace this. Okay, so with that done, I'm just going to look and sort of manipulate this a little bit so I get a curve that I like, and I'm going to hit E to extrude and pull it in. And so a lot of people would use Bezier's for this, but I'm not very good with that. And I'm just going to do it this way. All right, so that kind of thing. Okay, and then once you have your curve that you feel is good enough, go over the curve dialog box, choose full, and bring up the bevel. We'll go for a resolution of 2. Might be okay right there. I can close it off pretty soon. Maybe I make it a little bit thinner. I think I'm just going to copy this by eye instead of mirroring it. So I'm going to go Shift D, rotate Y 180. I'm going to bring it over to the other side. Okay, so I got that. So I can come in here, and you can do whatever you want here. Really, you can grab that edge and scale it in a bit more. That kind of thing. Okay, if you decide, you could always make your tubes a little bit thicker. 0.115, 0.115. You know, that's not a problem. You could do that kind of thing. Okay. And then we just carry on, you know, making the rest of the stuff there. So maybe I will select this final point, Shift S, cursor to selected, and maybe bring in a circle again, leave it at 22, rotate Y 90, scale it down. And for this, I'm just going to go E to extrude and pull out E and S, and pull it out like that. I think I'm going to back up a little bit, Control plus, pull it back, give myself a bit of room. E and S, and come in like this. Come in one more E and S. I'll do that. Okay. And I am going to put one there and just scale it out a bit like that. Okay, we'll put a subdivision surface, Control L modifiers. Nope, there's no subdivision surface on there. So we'll take that and we'll do a subdivision surface. Looks nice with 2. And I'm going to close this up a little bit. I'll bring one in here. I'll bring one in there. Not too tight or anything, just this kind of thing. I think maybe I do want a subdivision on that anyhow. That's what I was missing to make it a little bit smaller. Make sure smoothing's on. And then you can just rotate this in the Z a little bit, just to make it look a little better. Okay. So maybe I'll get rid of that and take both of these, Shift D, and rotate Y 180. Pull it in. It's pretty close, not quite. Then I can close up this side as well. Okay. So there's that. And now let's do the end part here. All right, I'm just gonna click there, Shift A, mesh, circle. There's slightly different styles to these, and so you can use other reference images, you know, that you see. So it's got a big part and the middle part, and okay, so I think what I'll do is I'll come up like this. E and S will come in. We'll make this part. E and S come out not as far. E will come up. Go like that. Actually, we're going to come in all the way to there. We're going to push that down. Actually, no, what we'll do is we'll come in a little ways. Take it back. And then we'll come in to there. And we'll just go like that. Okay. Let's Shift Alt and click all these straight edges here. I'll have to close that up first, maybe. I mean, you can do what you want here. You can do that other little piece, but I think I'm just going to come in and then I'm going to grid fill it. I'll just use 2. Get all these sharp edges like that. I'm going to put this one there. I know I'm going to need more edge loops. I'm going to need one there, and I'm going to need one there, and I'm going to need one there, and I'm going to need one there. And that's probably all we're going to need. Let's add a subdivision surface of 2. Okay. Now, again, there's different styles of these, but I'm going to create this little the rubber piece. I'm not going to have it recessed in or anything. So to do that, I'm going to Shift Alt and click that. Shift D P to break it out. So I've got that. Origin of geometry. I'm going to go in. I'm going to S to scale it out. And I'm going to go E and Alt S. And I'm going to push it right back in. Just select it all. Flip polys, Control N. Let's have a look at it just right there. Okay, so I want to change the position of this and the size. So, okay, so what I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to put an edge loop there, and I can actually scale that out, make it a little bit rounder. Select it all and scale in the Z. Let's make it a bit fatter. And it might lift it up. It's just about there. That's probably okay. I might even take that and Shift D, pull it down here, and just hit S, scale it. I might scale this in the Z though. I'm getting a little bit too cushy almost, but you know. Yeah, let's scale the Z a little bit more and just get it to overlap that piece there. You know, so I see a little bit of that coming through. That's probably all right for what we're going to do. Okay, and then I'm going to make a little tube to connect there. Just to match my model, I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. We got that. All right, so probably the best way to do this is to take this piece, Shift D and P. So we got a separate piece right there. We'll go into it. We'll try switching to normal. That's not going to help me that much. I'm just going to hit S to scale. E, I'm going to gesture out. It'll come out like that. Let's flip the polys. And let's grab that E and S, close that off, but put an edge loop like that. And let's isolate that. Let's grab that E and S, close that off, and edge loop there. Put on smoothing. I'll go back to the global there. Alt H, bring everything back. Okay, so I just need to change the size of this thing and the position a little bit. Okay, so what we end up with is a stylized. Just hit S. I don't need it too big. A stylized stethoscope. That's not exactly following reality, but it's looks pretty cool. Huh? Now you could thin this out, of course, and you might like to do that. I'm just touching a couple things up now. And if you didn't like it that puffy, you could always put in edge loop, more edge loops. No more bevel at. If that's more your kind of thing. Let's see what this thing is starting to look like. just going to put a default kind of material on here for everything. What am I missing? It's not stuff. Okay. And if we just have a look at this, hang on, this.